To welcome the Minister to the House today and to thank you and the Senators for bringing this forward as well. It was really great to see it. It's a great initiative. As a Fine Gael spokesperson for education, I'm very happy to support this, particularly that you're bringing it in for schools in particular. I know you've highlighted that as one of the key areas. It's so crucial because, with the Green Schools programme, and with through An Taisce and with everything there that we're doing to promote sustainable energy and everything within our schools and helping our children become aware. In that way, I suppose all our families are sort of becoming more aware of energy sustainability. It's so crucial. But one thing, Minister, is that schools in Ireland, some of them are quite old. We've 3,200 primary schools. We have about another 600, I think, secondary schools. It's roughly about 4,000. Of those, I'm aware of a number of them where they need roof maintenance, for example. The Department of Education has only recently looked at roof maintenance, I think last year or the year before. But so many of these schools are aged, they're old, they're decades old. There's sometimes huge issues with actual leaking, with the actual roofs not maintaining and doing what roofs are supposed to do. So I suppose what I'd like to see, Minister, if you could respond here at all, is just how would we support schools where they actually need to have roof maintenance done prior to any solar panels that they're able to put any solar panels in? How do we support the schools when they have no resources at the moment maybe to look into doing that? If we're really focusing on schools, it's been one of the areas that we're going to drive this within, and I know it's also general public buildings. I suppose I very much welcome it, Minister. I suppose these are just some points about how are we actually going to make it effective. What are our goals going to be in a year, 2 years' time or 3 years' time when we look at the numbers of schools that will actually have solar panels and be using them? Again, for agriculture, coming from a farming background myself, yes, lots of slatted sheds, lots of roof space there, and I think that's something that farmers will look into. And my apologies as I missed the introduction here, but perhaps just to ask you a little bit about the schemes that you're looking at. Is it the micro-generator scheme that you're looking at where they'll be able to give power back into the grid? So what schemes would you be looking at there? And again, we've talked about this being a programme where we're going to reduce red tape. We know from our farmers, so many of the schemes that they apply for, there's so much that they have to do online. How are we going to make this maybe simpler for farmers to apply, for the solar panels, like for getting grants or anything like that with SEAI as well? And yeah, finally, just to say that, really welcome it. I know sun is a bit of an issue. I know Senator Garvey here, I think, was speaking about how it would be great for schools in particular to be able to use the sun during the summer months. But I do think that, lack of sun or maybe obstructions if it's going on roofs, and apologies, I'm not an expert now, I don't know whether you can put solar panels in other areas as well, but if we're looking at roof space, we also are very green. I actually met somebody from Clare, from Lahinch at the weekend, and she was in East Galway, and she just said, my gosh, there's trees, because I said, it must be lovely down there, you must be a great surfer out in Lahinch, and she said, well, actually, it's very bare because of the wind and everything else. They don't have a lot of trees, and of course all the trees we know in the west, the way they go sideways, very cool. But the challenge is that in a lot of parts of Ireland, Minister, we do have a lot of trees, very, very tall trees, particularly in East Galway and Roscommon. Beautiful, great forests. But how does that work with solar panels? And will there be some type of consultant or somebody that's going to support our schools and people in those areas to achieve the maximum from their solar panels? Who's going to be the person that's going to be telling them about exactly what they need to do? That's really it. So thank you very much, Minister, for bringing it. I appreciate it.